Welcome back to the For Students from Students podcast.
This week we're bringing in coaches to ask some questions our athletes have for them. Today we're here with
Coach Treefel. I coach the girls varsity basketball team.
We have some questions for you.
Okay.
What is your favorite part about coaching?
My favorite part about coaching is being able to teach young adults in helping them, on the court with learning more about basketball, the fundamentals of basketball, all the aspects of basketball, and then also teaching them life lessons off the court as well. So that's one part I really enjoy, and building relationships, not with just the coaches, but the players as well, and parents as well. So.
Has coaching girls versus boys changed your perspective on anything in life?
No, not really. I think girls do listen a little bit better than the boys. I did coach boys freshman at Elma High School earlier in my career. And then since then, I've really only coached girls. So it's been great. And yeah, they just listen a lot better.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
What is your favorite memory from your coaching career so far?
My favorite memory from coaching would just be the moments of team bonding and things like that. Watching teams grow together off the court is very important to me. I think if you are a better team, if you are all well connected on and off the court, and I love to have player-led teams instead of coach-led teams. So,
what do you look for in a team leader?
Team leader, they're sometimes vocal. They're always showing up to practice every day, giving their 100%. No days off. They are allowed to have a bad day once in a while, but it's how they bounce back from that adversity and how they just handle themselves on the court and off the court. Off the court's a huge one. They are role models not only for their teammates, but they are role models for the younger generation and how they conduct themselves.
How can we hold each other accountable without creating tension between?
I think it's how you approach it. It depends on who the player is. Sometimes you can get on them as a, player-to-player part, but also give them the good part. Say you did this well, but I think you can do this better. Always throw in that positivity with it, or that positive comment, because I think that can go a long ways, and not always just be a negative. So coaches do that enough sometimes where as players you got to do that. Give them the positive re-encouragement.
How do you view respect on terms of coach to coach, coach to player, player to player, and player to coach?
Yes, respect is huge. I think it's a big one, and it's earned. The biggest, you got to earn respect as a coach to a player, player to a coach to coach, player to player. Because if you don't respect that person, then what are you gonna? You're not going to fight for them. You're not going to go to battle with them. You're not going to want to do things for that person. So it's definitely earned, and you gotta, there's times when you lose or that respect gets broken, but you got to bounce back and you got to build that back up. And for any team to work, I think respect is very important in all aspects.
So why do you make so many plays just to run just one?
Oh, this must be Dayton's question, huh? Yeah. So, I think it's good to have a variety of plays. You got to be able to whatever the defense gives you and all that fun jazz. So you got to be ready for anything, and also you got to run the plays that your team knows the best and
Michigan.
Run the
yeah. Only Michigan.
Carolina
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. So, but they got to be comfortable running them, and we got to know. I got to know when I call play, we're not going to make a mistake on it.
How do you approach mindset and attitudes as a coach?
I think it is very. It varies on the player. Each player is different. How you coach them, what their mindset is. Can you realize that they're having a bad day, or is something going on personal in their life? So really, just you got to get to know the player before you can do anything, because we don't know what we don't know. And building that relationship and having them be trustworthy of, if something's going on, come talk to me. I have open communication with all of our players and coaches. I want them to be able to come talk to me, and if there's something going on, let me know, because it's life. There's things that happen, but I don't like bad attitudes. We leave those at the door. We come into practice with a positive mindset and, try to forget about everything that's going on outside of basketball and just focus on basketball, because at the end of the day, it's 2 hours of relief that you get, and that's the same in every sport. So.
Great. Thank you, Coach Trefel, for coming in.
Thank you both. Appreciate it.
Now I'm here with
Coach Litwiller. I coach JV football and JV boys basketball.
Okay, first question. I know you said what you coach, but what's your favorite sport to coach?
Football. Do I have to give a reason why?
No, it's okay. One of your players asked, "Have you ever dunked?"
Yes, I have. I dunked one time in a game, probably like 2014, I think, against Muskegon Catholic Central. Look it up.
What's your favorite basketball position?
I like a good point guard. I never was a point guard, but I think the point guard's like the quarterback of the football team, and if you have a good one, then they're a lot of fun to watch, and they make the rest of the team look good.
What is it like being on the sidelines?
It's interesting. I don't know. I usually kind of am so zoned in on the game and stuff that I don't hear anything else. But it's not like being a player, but it's just as fun. I really like being locked into the game and calling plays and just watching everything.
How do you think of what plays to call?
I mean, that's usually situationally, so each week it changes, usually based on what we're seeing the defense do and what feels good at the time. I'm pretty instinctual as to like what I want to call, I guess you could say, but most of the time, me and my assistant coach, Coach Stevens, are very much talking over each play and kind of coming to an agreement on something. So usually just depends on what the defense is giving us and going from there.
Do you regret not going to college to play football?
No, I do not. I don't. I don't know. Dang it. I screwed that up. Cut that out. Cut that out. You're gonna cut it, right?
That's the next question.
Do you regret coaching as like a whole?
No.
For a specific sport?
No, not at all. I love coaching. It's always been a dream of mine, and it's been a lot of fun coaching these last 3 years. I definitely do not regret it.
All right, thank you. That's all we have.
You're welcome.
Now we're here with
Zach Baker. I coach varsity football.
What is your pregame routine?
Pre-game routine typically has me leaving school around 3:15 or so, heading to my mom's place to take a nap on the couch for about 25, 30 minutes just to reset and refocus. And then I come back to the school around 4:15 and filling up water bottles, making sure we got tape in the med kit and making sure balls are properly inflated. Yeah, just normal stuff. Headsets,
Love
iPads
sleeping.
are charged.
sleeping. Sounds nice. How well do you get to know your athletes?
I try my best to get to know them. I think that's probably the most important thing in coaching, and it's often overlooked. Getting to know your athletes, that way you know what kind of makes them tick and what buttons you can push. And I think we spend a lot of time with the kids and you guys, and so just kind of reading your body language to see how your day is going, and you can kind of get a feel for if it's a good day or a bad day, and then just knowing what's going on in their world, because we want sports and athletics to be a fun journey and a fun experience for you guys, and just knowing that there's things going on in life that are out of your control, out of our control, and just trying to relate as best to what you guys are going through at your age. We've been there, we've done that. We can try to help and offer some advice.
That's great. What made you want to coach?
Probably the coaches I had when I was in high school and in college, being able to see the impacts that they can make, that they made on me. Still wanting to compete. I'd love to compete in a lot of things, and so it's a way to still do that. And then just making impacts on you guys inside the classroom and outside the classroom.
This next question kind of goes along with what you just answered. Who is a coach that inspired you?
Probably Mr. Walden and Mr. Sheehan. Those are two coaches that I enjoyed playing for. Watching college football and college basketball. Coach Izzo, he's somebody who, just how he creates those relationships and how people come back and past players come back to visit him and practices and things like that. I think that's really cool. So those are three people that inspire me.
What do you enjoy most about coaching?
Probably just being around you guys and being around the staff that we can create. We hope to make impacts on you guys, but you guys don't know the impacts that you guys make on us. And so just being able to help mold young lives, and then you guys are still molding and impacting us. I really enjoy that. I've been doing it for almost a dozen years now, and so I was able to go to a wedding of somebody's a couple weeks ago. That was really fun to kind of see some of the seeds that we're planting. Kind of get to see some harvest of that a little bit too.
How do you come up with your defensive plays?
Lot of drawing and kind of whiteboarding, bouncing ideas off of my coaching staff, and then just trying to see what fits our personnel the best and how we can put our guys in the best position to win.
How do you balance teaching and coaching at the same time?
Probably, I don't know that I do a great job of that yet. Still trying to have it's a work in progress. Try to focus on school as much as I can while I'm in school, and then when I'm at home, being able to just decompress and be with my wife. And but on the weekends, there's a lot of film work that goes into things. Maybe 12 to 18 hours or so on the weekends, and then you're kind of watching and doing things throughout the week. You're trying to grade things as quickly and give feedback to the students in the classroom as fast as you can. And so it's tough. I remember being in college, just wondering how I was going to manage lesson plans and grading things. And you get better with time. You find out that you don't have to grade everything, and there's certain things that you're just not going to be able to cover in film or in practice. And so just try your best to prepare yourself and then students in the classroom and on the football field for anything that gets thrown at them.
Do your athletes work good with your coaching styles?
I think that's something that has changed for me as I've gotten older. I started when I was like 20 years old coaching when I was still in college. And so I thought you had to be a screamer and a yeller, and that just wasn't me. I still think that there's times where you got to scream and you got to yell and you got to get on somebody. But I think there's not a one size fits all approach to it. And so football is an intense game, and it brings out some of the good, the bad, and the ugly of me. And so, you try to just the relationship part that we talked about at the beginning about knowing what fits and what makes an individual tick, and just trying to remember that. So yes and no.
How has football changed your life, like coaching and playing?
Good question. I remember playing football when I was like 2 or 3 years old, watching homemade videos with my dad in the living room and being a water boy or a manager for him. And so it's been something that I've been doing since I can remember. Um, and so it's changed a lot for me. It's allowed for me to come back and coach and give back to a community and to a school. It's given me a lot. Um, what was the second part of the question? How was playing it changed my
Yeah.
life? Yeah, I don't know. Doing a lot of things here at Fulton has changed my life for the better. Being able to uh, play and compete for the coaches that I had in high school was pretty impactful for me.
All right, that's all we have for you. But how many times do you think you said in this video?
122.
All right. All right, now we're here with.
Mrs. Nielsen, and I coach. First time this year was middle school girls volleyball. I coach middle school girls basketball, 7th grade, and then middle school track.
Great. So some of the questions were, what made you want to coach?
So when I first started teaching, I absolutely loved hanging out with the kids. I definitely like to challenge myself, and it's hard for me to say no to things. I first started with basketball. I played basketball and I loved it, so I just wanted to get out there and hopefully inspire some kids to keep on playing.
One of your athletes asked, why can't we use spikes in practice?
We don't like to use spikes in practice only because it increases the impact of your foot to the track. So it's easier to get shin splints, it's easier to get hurt an ankle. So on those days before meets is when we usually let them wear spikes to kind of get geared up in practice with those.
Did you do track in school? And if so, for how long?
I did track for 3 years. I did high jump, hurdles, 400-meter dash, and then the 400-meter relay. So yes, I did.
What inspired you to coach?
We already had that question. Okay. Definitely the kids. I like hanging out with the kids. So when I did middle school basketball my first year, that kind of lit the fire in it, I guess, to keep going. So I like the energy, I like hanging out and I like teaching and coaching, and it's just getting everyone fired up.
How long have you been coaching for?
Just the 4 years. So this is my 4th year teaching, and that first year was my first year. So here we are.
All right, that's all we have for you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now we're here with.
Coach Enerson, and I coach middle school basketball, 7th grade boys, and this year I'm coaching 8th grade girls.
Okay, some questions your athletes had is, why are you so good at basketball?
I'd say the biggest reason that they think that is because I've just played a little longer. I personally don't think I'm that amazing at basketball. I don't know, I can dribble a ball a little bit. I can shoot, but I wouldn't say I'm that good. I appreciate they feel that way about me, but I wouldn't go that far, so I would take the compliment and just move on.
All right, another question is, why did you choose to coach basketball and not a different sport?
Compared to other sports, one, I understand basketball. I feel like I have a good understanding of it, at least at a middle school level. I don't think that's too crazy. But I enjoy watching basketball. I enjoy playing basketball. But I don't know, it was an open position, and I was happy to help the school and make sure that those kids had someone that could support them in their season.
What turned you into such a great coach?
I would again, I'm very grateful they felt that way. I'm very grateful that they see me in that light. Again, not just trying to be, calm about it. I didn't realize that they did see me as a great coach, but I just try to make sure that they're having fun. Like my whole goal for middle school level is that they want to come back. We want kids to come back, and so I just try to make it fun for them and something that they're able to look forward to.
How can your players be better teammates?
To me, the best teammate you can be is someone that you're lifting up your other teammates. Not everyone plays at the same level, whatever sport it is, and so just being a good teammate, being supportive, helping where you can, and just trying hard. If you're not trying hard, I feel like you're letting your own team down, and so be a good teammate, be at practice, try your best, and just be supportive of them.
How to be a better student athlete?
I'm a big proponent of student athlete because a lot of people think like, oh, I'm an athlete. They get a little lax on it. You need to be student first, and like that's what you're here for. You're at school to play school, not play basketball. And so I don't know, just emphasis on making sure your schoolwork's done. That comes before anything, and so I think that's a big deal about student athletes.
Who's your favorite point guard?
My favorite point guard, I would say probably Cassius Winston, one of the greatest point guards in Big Ten history. No, he was fun to watch. He was at Michigan State when I was there, so he's one of my favorites. He's just easy to watch. He wasn't the fastest, he's not the biggest, but he understands the game of basketball, and so that goes a long ways. You don't have to be the biggest and fastest, but if you know what spots to be in, you do hustle like you can, you're going to do good. And like he's a great example of that. He's not in the NBA, but he still goes down as one of the greatest point guards in college history, I think.
Who got you into coaching?
I'd probably say my dad. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'd say my dad because my hometown, he coached track and cross country for 30 some years, and so like growing up, it was every weekend in the fall we had a cross country meet to go to. In the spring we had track, and so seeing him and seeing the connections that he made with he coached girls, but seeing the connection he made with them, and they still like when they see him, they're like, oh my gosh, coach, like that to me is there's not a better feeling when kids still think of you
Yeah.
when they're adults is, oh, that's my coach. And so I don't know, I would say he did, just seeing how he dealt with kids.
That's all we have for you today. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm happy to join.
Now we're here with
Coach Malik, and I coach the varsity volleyball team here at Fulton.
So here are some questions for you. Which one of us is most likely to start randomly dancing in practice?
I'd have to definitely say Cameron. She often breaks out into a dance. Would you guys agree?
Yeah. We were dancing yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, another one. What one of your players would most likely survive a zombie apocalypse?
That one's a tough one, but I'm going to go with Kinder. What are your thoughts?
I don't know.
You?
I think Kinder would be too loud.
Too loud?
Yeah.
I think she's a hard worker and would do what she needs to do to survive.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about coaching volleyball?
Well, I really love the sport itself, and I also like the connections I make with many of my athletes. What do you like about playing the sport of volleyball?
Winning. It's fun.
Winning?
Yeah, making memories.
Yeah, I would have to say making memories.
What's your favorite memory? I'm feeling like
I
there's an
think-
obvious
I
one.
think playing like and winning good teams and like or splitting, like knowing that we have that.
What was
potential.
a recent split of a really good team that we
Sacred
had?
Heart?
Yeah, Sacred
that was
Heart.
your memory.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. How has being a coach changed your point of view on life?
It has forced me to focus on the positives in life and to really worry about the things I have control over, because there's a lot in life you don't have control over. So I would have to say those two things.
So, what's your thoughts about districts?
I'm really
today?
excited about districts tonight and this week. I think we've been playing really good ball the last couple of weeks, and I think we're going to show up and put our best foot forward, and I'm excited to see what we can do. Are you guys excited?
I think we have
So, yeah.
good opportunity.
Yeah, we do, definitely.
So excited. How do you come up with your lineups?
I try to put a lineup together that gives us the best chance of winning, because obviously that's the goal at this level. I like to put a really tough server, one of our best servers, first, get us off to a good start, and then lineups are kind of hard because people don't realize a lot of the intricacies in volleyball. Like, we can only have 18 subs. Once a sub goes in, they can only go back in for that same person. So, if I have an outside serve, then my other outside is opposite, and those opposites are like that in every spot. So really, I just try to put our best out there on the court to try to get the win.
What is your pregame routine?
So pregame routine would probably include first checking out the teams that we're getting ready to play. So I like to look at their wins and losses on MHSA website and just compare who have they played that we've played or that I am familiar with, and compare that. I sometimes pull film on the NFHS network if we haven't seen them in person, to try to figure out, things that they do, they're good players, where maybe we can get some points at. Right before a game, I like to get a good night's sleep. Did you guys get to sleep last night at a decent time?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I got to sleep in today.
Perfect.
not me.
Oh, well,
It's okay.
but you're wide awake, it looks
I
like,
have
so we'll
an
be good.
energy drink. So yeah, or we'll be good.
So a good night's sleep, and then the day of, like today, I've just been focused on my teaching responsibilities and getting everything done. After school, I will try to find some time to relax and find some food and drink to fuel my body so that I'm ready to go for tonight. Also need to get my stat sheets and my clipboards ready so that all of that is organized, and I'll be ready to go.
Perfect.
I'll probably take a nap before the game. Yep. What do you wish players knew more about you as a coach?
Well, I hope that my players realize that I do truly care about each and every one of them. A lot of the decisions we make as coaches aren't always easy. The changeup we made a couple weeks ago was a hard decision, but I thought one that we needed to look at. And we still all have the same goal in mind, and it doesn't just take the 6 players or the 7, however many girls are in the rotation lineup. Like, we have 13 players in practice that are playing against each other, and so that makes all of us stronger. And that, again, it's nothing personal. It's just I'm trying to find where can we win the most, and that's what I hope they understand.
What drives you to keep coaching even when things get tough?
I would have to say, again, it goes back to the 2, making connections with my athletes. I mean, I still keep in touch with many of my athletes. One comes back and helps us with stats this year. Another one, I'm shooting messages off of, and another one, her mom still does my books. Like, I've created so many special connections with players and athletes that, we all have tough times, but I still love coaching. I still love the sport, and volleyball is a fun sport. So even after you guys are done with volleyball, I hope that, the love that we all find for a sport, that in the years to come as adults, that you still find time to maybe play the sport and enjoy it.
What do you expect from your athletes, not just as players, but as people?
So as players, I expect that my athletes are going to become productive citizens in life. In the classrooms, like, I hope that we're being good students, behaving in class, trying to get the best grades that we can get, and that we're role models for others to look up to.
Great. Thank you, Coach Malik, for stopping in.
Thanks, Brooklyn and Dane.
That's all we have for you this week.
Thanks for watching the
For Students from Students podcast.
That's it.
See you next week.